I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media, and delight to see Sue and Patsy from the Waupaca Area Public Library. How are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing
We're,
great.
we are.
We are the new interim library directors until the
Hopefully for
city.
years to come.
No, no, until the city and the library board hire a new director. Patsy and I are charged with keeping the ship afloat, and
It's
we
like
are
putting the
excited.
children in charge for a couple of weeks,
There we go.
something like that. Well,
Yeah, exactly.
glad to see you keeping things moving in a good direction. We got a lot to talk about today with what's going on at the library, and some good news that we're seeing in a lot of places. COVID numbers are drastically decreasing, which is a positive. And what does that mean for the library? That's
Well,
exciting.
well, because those numbers are decreasing and our community has worked really hard at being safe, we felt like we were able to make a change with service levels here in the library. So we are at a new level of masks optional. So we do still have masks available for those who feel comfortable. And we want everyone to know that they are allowed to wear masks in the library if that makes them feel comfortable. And our staff will have masks at all times in case they need to work with someone who has concerns about that and wants them to be masked as well.
And I know you're
Woo.
talking about some changes in the meeting room as well upcoming. Is that something you can talk about?
Well, our meeting rooms are going to be used in March for library programming. You know, a lot of people have been saying, when is your library programming coming back? And so we're starting to schedule our lower level meeting rooms for some activities, especially now with spring break right around the corner and lots of kids, being off of school. Plus, the city needs some meeting space as well. So in March, for sure, we're just going to test out those meeting room spaces for library programs, and hopefully, if the community can continue this downward trend in COVID, we can hopefully very soon open it up for public use. So that
Awesome.
people are excited about it.
Yeah, and we've really noticed an increase in the number of people coming into the library. So I think everybody's so relieved and happy that we're entering this new phase. We hope it really lasts with those numbers staying down.
Very cool. And you brought up spring break and programs, and you've got a lot planned over spring break, which is next week, and it's starting to kind of feel like spring. It's lighter, longer. I hear the birds chirping in the early morning, so it's that
Someone
nice time of
today,
year.
someone today on Facebook said they heard a sandhill crane.
Ooh.
That's a true sign of central Wisconsin springtime, I'm pretty sure. But Josh, are you Irish at all? Is there any
I've got
Irish?
no clue. I've got no clue.
Well, I am not Irish, but I celebrate St. Patrick's Day every year. I celebrate everything because I just am that kind of a person. And this year we're having a lot of fun with the Park and Rec, and we have found out that there have been sneaky little leprechauns that are going to hide 10 shamrocks around the trails at Swan Park. And so we're asking families to get outside during spring break and the week following. Take the trails, see if you can find all 10 of those hidden shamrocks. We're calling it Shamrock Shenanigans. And take a picture, send it to our Facebook, our city, and our Park and Rec and Library Facebook and Instagram pages. And we're just going to have a little Irish fun. We didn't name, our city like New London does, New Dublin or anything, but we're still going to have a lot of fun. And for those, maybe the weather's too cold or inclement to be outdoors, you can come to the library. All next week during spring break, we're having building challenges. So we're going to get out all of our building equipment like our Legos and our Kiva planks and our marble runs. We're going to do all sorts of great engineering in the spring break week. And the teens are having challenges too. They are doing some circuitry. So for the older kids, there's something every afternoon at the library. So stop in and visit us.
Very cool. I will probably find all 10 of those shamrocks you hide at Swan Park because I hike those trails almost daily.
There you
Send
go.
us some
Well, if
pictures,
I knew that, I
Josh.
would have made you hide them. No, I mean the leprechauns. The
Actually,
leprechauns.
for people concerned about those trails, they're pretty well matted down in the winter and fairly easy to hike. So a lot of people
Good.
use them.
Well, and
Uh,
we have a story walk out there too.
yep.
So we really do encourage families to get out. We have such a beautiful park system, and our city takes such great care of everything. So, yeah.
So we're going to talk about something called Gee's Bend, which is a sewing project. What's that all about?
That's right. It is a sewing project. It's a make your own hot pad for your kitchen. And it's a really simple sewing project. You don't have to have sewing experience in order to do it. And if you go onto our website, you'll see the article for make your own DIY pot holder. And there's a video tutorial. So what we did was we got access to this video tutorial. And it's also a little bit of education about Gee's Bend, which is a community town in Alabama. And so there's some history that goes along with it. I just have a kit here. We know that some people don't have sewing materials. They've never sewn before. So we have some fabric and some threads and needles and such. And we do have 10 kits for those who need one. You can come to the library and pick one up so that you can do that tutorial as well. But once you're done, you'll have a pot holder. I know I go through pot holders like crazy because I cook in my kitchen a lot. And so you'll be able to make this simple striped pot holder and learn a little bit of history. It's about Black history, about the history of that community. And I was reading about it online today, and it's just a different type of quilt than you would see in other places. And the Gee's Bend quilts have been displayed all across the United States for over 50 years. So it's a big part of history.
Very interesting. Then we'll close out today's segment, after school extended learning for middle elementary school students. You've got some programs you're bringing together. You're looking for volunteers. Give us the scoop.
Yeah, well, everybody suffered from the pandemic, and now that we're getting out of it, we can't forget that some of the kids are really struggling at school. So that learning gap that happens when there's an interruption in education is really intensified because of the pandemic, and teachers and principals are reaching out to the community for help. And the library has always been a resource for out of school day learning, and I stepped right up and said, let me help you. So my goal is to find 50 volunteers a week, 30 to go to the middle school after school and help 5th through 8th graders with basic reading, writing, and math skills. And I need some people to come to the library on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school, where the 3rd and 4th graders will be gathering for that same tutoring. And so the community is stepping up really nicely. We have a little video invitation that describes more of what detail about how to put your name in to be a volunteer on our website. So check that out. But we're excited because the school is arranging bus transportation for those 3rd and 4th graders to the library, and we will be reading together, and we'll be helping them with math. And after their schoolwork is done, we'll play some learning games, and it'll be great fun. So
both for students who want to participate in this or someone that wants to volunteer and help out, what's the next step to make the leap?
Well, certainly call me up at the library. We have forms that you will have to go through a background check to work with students. And it's a simple process. The school has a great little form to fill out, and so stop at the library or give me a call. I can email you a form, that sort of thing, and we'll get you on the schedule. We're going to start after spring break, so our goal is to start on March 15th, both at the middle school and at the library. And there is a third opportunity if someone isn't available after school. Let's say your kids are in school and you have time during the day. Schools are accepting volunteers now too to come into the school and work one-on-one with kids who maybe couldn't stay after school. So there's that option too. I'm the connector between the tutors, volunteers, and the kids who need it. So I'm excited to play that role, and I just know our community is going to step up.
Awesome. Well, Sue, Patsy, appreciate the time to get the community up to date about everything going on at the library. We're springing forward with some nice momentum here.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Spring. Yay.